get into today? Well, today we are going to talk about some rum, and we're going to make a rum wash, and by the end we will show 6 styles of rum, how to make 6 different styles of rum. Hey, rum is a fantastic thing. All right, but first things first, welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is the channel of home distillation and brewing. All right, well, let me get the homework out of the way. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, now would be a great time to do it. All you gotta do is hit that thing down there. That should over there, I think it is. All right, let's give you a chance to do that if you haven't done it. All right, so today we're going to make in this video we are going to make a rum wash. It's going to be our base for our different styles of rum. We'll distill it out and we're going to make those 6 different rum styles. All right, so let's get started. What ingredients are we going to need? Well, I got 8 pounds of molasses here. I got 4 pounds of sugar in the raw, some yeast nutrient, and of course yeast. Okay, so what we need to do first, right in the fermentation, this is a glass fermenter. Let's put some hot water in there first. I got that already warmed up in my pot. And the reason we put that a little bit in there first is so that it's easier to dilute that sticky molasses in there. All right, the foam in there is just from sanitizer, Star San. So let's put the molasses in there first. I did heat the water up to about 95 degrees just to help melt everything. Almost. All right, we're almost there. We get this for a minute, and then we're going to talk about, after get this going, we'll talk about some of the rules and the different things about rum. All right, so let me just get that stirred up into that little bit of water we have so far. Sorry about the noise. All right, what I want to do is I want to put some hot water in this jug to get, I want all the molasses out of there that I can get, because that's the start of the show. I'll just put some warm water in there to help melt that and get it out of the jug. I might have to do this a couple times. I think one more time that'd be, oh, that's pretty clean there, ain't it? Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, so what I want next is let's get this sugar melted in there. All right, let's see if we get that all melted, sugar. All that melted. With that water being warm, it won't take much to melt it. That's pretty much melted. Okay, so what we need to do is let's finish filling this up to about our 6-gallon mark. I love rum. Love rum many different ways. One more. All right. Trying to make a mess, you know. Trying to make a mess, but it's just water though. Okay, just let me. Now, what we want to put in there now is some yeast nutrient. Anytime I have, and I'm gonna just call this all a sugar wash because basically it is, I guess, is you gotta have something for the yeast out to help it out. So I have some yeast nutrient here, and it says 1 teaspoon per gallon. So I'll put 6 of these in there. 6 teaspoons. Four, 5. Okay. We're almost done. Ain't that quick? All right, so let's give that a little bit of a stir. I feel sugar still in the bottom down there. These, it's a wine whip. I think that's what they call it. And my pH is going up, 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 up. Like 5.0. I'm gonna leave it right there. 5.0. That is fantastic. A little 5.2 might have been a little bit better, but I'll live with 5.0. All right. Next thing I want to do is ooh, a little high. Let me try that again. It was a little high, but 1.100. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, well, I need the temperature. It's right at 90 degrees. So I can go ahead and pitch my yeast. Woo! Okay, like I said, it's 1.10. 1.10. It's a little on the high side, but I usually go for 1.090. But what I'll do, just in case, when I put an airlock on it, I'm gonna use a blow-off tube, just in case it gets a little violent, so don't make a heck of a mess, because this would make a mess all over the floor if it goes violent. So what I'll use a blow-off tube, and then we will let this ferment out probably 7 to 10 days, and then we'll move on to running the still and getting everything else done. Okay, so I'll be back in a week or so. All right. So we got our base rum in the still. It's warming up. It's just about to the point. I mean, I'm getting a few drops off. Still pot is almost 170. And she's dripping just a little bit. So back here in another minute, I'm going to kill the heat on the gas heat on the bottom, and I'll run strictly off electric because it's going to start taking off soon. Head temperature, it's climbed a little bit, but when it gets ready to climb, it's going to zoom right up. So we'll get this base rum, the base rum distilled out, and then we're going to move on. We'll be able to do our rum six ways. I thought that ought to be nice and interesting. Love rum. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and one more minute. I mean, get nice and hot all the way up the column. Alright? Okay, so we got everything distilled out and had a great yield on this. A lot of great tasting rum here. One thing I wanted to put out there is the rules for rum. Well, there ain't many rules for rum. I mean, it can be made anywhere in the world. I think the only main rule is it has to be made with something from sugar cane or a byproduct of sugar cane, like molasses. And that's the rules of rum. Yeah, so there ain't many rules at all. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Well, I've tasted all this, and this is, I stopped right here at, it was just a hair over 40 ABV. And then I went ahead and collected that, and I can see a little cloudiness in it. So this one I'm gonna just put in for my faints jar. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to mix all this together, and we are going to get ready to make our 6 different kinds of rum. So let's mix all this together, then we're going to start on that, okay? I knew one jar wasn't going to be enough. All right, let me get all these out of my way. Okay, sorry about the noise. Let me just give these a little quick mix so that we're consistent with what we start with. We're pretty close anyway. All right, let's see where we're at. We're at about, let's see, it's 120. We're at 130 proof. Okay. So our first, let me get a funnel. Our first rum is high proof rum. That's our first one. It's going to be high proof rum. High proof rum is a high alcohol rum, and it's bottled more than the standard 80 proof. It's usually somewhere between 100 and 151. What's it good for? Well, it's great for cocktails. If you wanted a little bit higher proof cocktail, so that's what it was designed for. Okay. All right. So what we want to do now is we want to proof this down. What we're going to make is silver rum or white rum, which it'd be tempered down. I'll probably have to add more water than that. I'm almost 100% sure. Got something floating around there. Oh yeah, it's still 55, 110 proof. 110 proof. I'm looking for 80. I tell you, it's been nice and hot. Let's see where we're at now. That's 100 proof. One more bottle. All right, let's see where we're at now. That should be about good. That's at 80 proof, perfect. Let me check it out of this bottle too. Yeah, I gotta mix it just a little bit more. Okay. So, the next rum that we are going to make is silver or white rum. Silver rum is clear, it's light bodied, usually somewhere between 80 and 100 proof. It's unaged, and a lot of people like it to either drink on the rocks or in cocktails, mainly cocktails. So this is going to be silver rum. Okay, so that's going to be silver rum. And I will put labels on these here in a little while before I finish up because I don't want to forget. So that's overproof rum and silver rum or white rum. They call it both. All right. Let me just make this just a little bit more. Okay, the next what we're doing is we're going to make a gold rum. All right, and what we want is, and this is pretty, we just want about, let me get my scale out. What we want to do is we want to put about a 1/4 ounce of chips. Oops. We're going to put a 1/4 ounce of chips in the jar. And we'll top that off. All right, so that's going to be our gold rum there, okay? When it's done, it should be amber in color. It's like it's been aged in a barrel for a short amount of time. You'll get a little bit of the vanillas and caramel, the oak flavoring. A lot of people like to drink it over ice and or in cocktails. All right. So that's the third style of rum. We're halfway done. Okay. Now the next one's going to be a little bit different. The next one we're going to make is a dark rum. Okay. So what we need is a little bit of oak chips. Where'd I put my scale? Here it is. We're going to go with the same amount of oak chips. Come on, zero out. Okay. So we'll go with the oak chips. And then what's different is this is back set from the still. Some people call it still age back set, whatever you want to call it. We saved a little bit. And what this will do is it will add flavor of kind of like a I'm good, 25 milliliters. Okay, that, and then just for a little extra sweetness, I got a little bit of the molasses here. Okay. Now let's fill that up. Okay. This, oops, dumbass. This is dark rum. All right, dark rum is aged a little, normally it's aged a little bit longer in the barrel. It has the caramel and the toffee and the molasses flavor. And what we will do in a week's time, well, we'll get to that. Okay. We're rolling right along. All right, so this next one is spiced rum. This is one of my favorites, and you can make spiced rum with a whole bunch of different things. All right, so here, let's... And then I'll top it off after that. Okay, so what do we got? Well, first thing we want in this, because we're only making a quart, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, or you could use vanilla bean, would be fantastic. Okay. And I got all this stuff pre-measured out. So we want 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. Oop, that's peppercorns. There it is. 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. Now you can either use whole berries or the ground. It'd be either way is fine. We want 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. We want 2 cloves. 2 cloves. Yeah, be careful with them cloves. They're pretty powerful. All right. We want 6 peppercorns. And I'm going to just throw them in whole. I don't crush them. I just like to throw them in whole. And 2 peppercorns, 2 cloves. 2 and 2 strips of orange peel, kind of whatever you like. All right, 1/4 ounce of oak chips. Do. Yeah, just a few. Right. Oak chips. And one thing that I forgot, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2. All right. We're almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that is our spiced rum. Okay, all right. Number 6. Number 6, we are going to make flavored rum. Flavored rum, it can be any kind of flavor that you would want. Many different flavors. The one we're going to make today is cherry vanilla. So I got 2 cups of, minus 1 that went on the floor. Where'd it go? I don't know. All right, 2 cups of cherries, 2 tablespoons of sugar just to sweeten it a little bit. And I want to put in 1 vanilla bean. If I can open the pack. One vanilla bean. I love the smell of vanilla. And I will break this in half, just, damn. And I just split them a little bit, just to help get the in there. Then we'll just top it off with the rum. Okay, so that's going to be our cherry rum, cherry flavored rum. All right. There is, let me put a lid on this. That is our 6 kinds of rum. What we'll do is we'll come back next week and mainly these from down, we'll do a tasting on everything, and we'll save that high proof test for last. But anyway, we'll test everything, strain everything out and give it a good taste, and we'll go from there and see what we came up with. It all looks fantastic. I really do like that spice rum. Okay, so I guess that, with that being said, the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next week.